Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Morning Trap, y'all. Thursday, January 21st, I am your DJ and co-host, James W. Williams, better known as DJ Exclusive, here to bring y'all some of the top headlines and keep everything going this morning, y'all. So get ready, we got a great show coming up, but of course, as usual, as always, we are going to have a great show this morning, so make sure that you stay tuned, and let's get it. The Morning Trap, let's go. Welcome.
I got the bills, I got the thoughts online, and look to kill.
Pull up to the crib and it's fresh always. We just try to steal my shit, no way. Down the boy, cause I'm here to say, no one mess with me, don't bitch, they ain't getting paid. I got that swag, I got the bills, I got the thoughts online, and look to kill.
I got the money, I got the ice on me, I got the good, come get this honey, I got the money, I got the ice on me, I got the good, come get this honey, yeah. Come get this honey, yeah. Come get it.
Come get this honey, yeah. Come get it.
Better know. I said let them know that we won't go, nah. No, we ain't going home. We got that swag. We got the bills. We got the thoughts online. And look secure. Better know. I said let them know that we won't go, nah. No, we ain't going home. We got that swag. We got the bills. We got the thoughts online.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Trap. I am your DJ and co-host, James W. Williams, aka DJ Exclusive. Want to welcome you out to the show this morning. And I shout out to everybody that's in the chat room, y'all. I see y'all. Shout out to the Squirrel Gang, Trap Squad, everybody that's representing the building this morning. Got a great show coming up, so make sure that you get your coffee, get your drinks. Let's stay tuned. Got a great show coming up for y'all this morning. Post Inauguration Day.
Aligned with kindness. Let it flow through you, yours can start shining. You'd be so happy, can't even hide it. Every day would leave you delighted. It's cause of fear the people keep fighting. So I'm sending good energy to all my friends and enemies. Can't expect something different if you acting the same. If it don't make sense, it'll never bring change. Sending good energy to all my friends and enemies. Can't expect something different if you acting the same. If it don't make sense, it'll never bring change. I be trying to teach him, I be trying to reach him. I've been preaching like Reverend Run DMC, Adidas sneakers. People really need to take another peek deep inside. They fighting demons so they weaken, all they need is the lie. This is why we look ahead, never behind, never slip and slide. Focus on the climb, hocus pocus time. Happiness is magical.
Shout out to everybody in the Morning Trap, and shout out to Mondale's Beer that's out there looking crazy today.
Flow through you, yours can start shining. You'd be so happy, can't even hide it.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Trap, y'all.
It's cause of fear the people keep fighting, so I'm sending good energy to all my friends and enemies. Can't expect something.
Shout out to everybody that's joining us this morning.
It don't make sense, it'll never bring change. Sending good energy to all my
I'm roasting already.
Can't expect something different if you acting the same. If it don't make sense, it'll never bring change.
You can't have it just because you want it. Remember you're dealing with me. Walking and I'm moving like I got it. 'Cause baby, confidence is key. Now watch me. Flex. Now watch me. Flex. Watch me while I flex. Watch me while I flex. Watch me while I
Watch me while I flex. Watch me while I flex. I'm always on my grind. I don't got time for weed. All that noise that I hear, I don't need that. I'm free. I got people in my ear. I got places left.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Trap. I am your DJ and co-host James Bubba Williams, better known as DJ Exclusive. I want to welcome you all this morning to the show. We're gonna get started momentarily, but of course, as usual, I'm gonna rock y'all out to a little bit, get y'all some music, get your day started, get your energy and your juices flowing.
Watch me while I
Shout out to everybody that's in the building. I see y'all in the chat room. Chat room is going crazy right now. What is going on?
Yeah, 100 diamonds on my wrist. Yeah, that's so important.
Shout out to Susan. Shout out to Black. I see y'all in the chat room.
100 times I flipped the brick, cut it, then export it. 100 million in the ditch, bury it and board it. I know what you thinking. All this dirty money got me stinking. Work that girl and take it. Yeah, bring that back and keep it.
Yeah, walk up in the room, you see me coming. See my body, right, my body tight, don't keep me frightened. Made up my mind, I'm gonna do it right. I'm feeling so nice, better treat me right, cause if you don't, I'm gonna be in the club just jumping. I ain't no average chick, don't hesitate, just take your pick. Everything I do is great, I put in work for it. Jump in my coupe, just go. Know you be feeling my flow. Please stop playing games if you don't want me to walk out the door. Stack my money right in. See me do it fine, yeah. See you looking what you looking, step, won't you admit it? Why you tryna play me like a toy? I just don't get it. Be playing games. Why you playing games? Playing around with me, acting like we all the same. Be playing games. Why you playing games? I'm a real boss chick and I ain't lame. I put him on pause. 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 I just look at my phone every time I see you calling. Spending all of my time with myself.
Good morning, y'all, and welcome to the Morning Trap. Great show coming up. Thursday, January 21st. Post Inauguration Day. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Make sure that you are tipping your DJ. That is me, my But now I tip the DJ X3C on Cash App or Venmo, DJ X3C on Cash App or Venmo, and for all those that don't have those, PayPal, DJ Exclusive, DJ XXX CLUSIV. One day I'll tell you the story behind DJ Exclusive, but you know, you just have to wait on it. It's the Morning Trap, y'all.
I'm a real boss chick and I ain't lame. I put him on pause. 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 I put him on pause.
Walking like it, talking like it,
Toda.
like it, ay, walking like it, talking like it,
it's Toda.
ay, walking like it, talking like it,
It's Toda.
like it, ay, walking like it, talking like it, looking like it, ay. Ball like talk like money, yeah. Drive fast like crash dummy, yeah. Came with a box.
We got a special request coming up for y'all, okay?
Starting up since came outside, ayy. Going too big, never downsize, ayy. Throw the thing back and bounce right, ayy. Down south playing to the south side, ayy. Boy, you better go, big homie. Oh, we ain't talking at all. I need to cover both. I need a ticket to Prague. Money and jump like a bitch. Only go down like a frog. Ball in the net and go swish. That's why they call me a hog. Check out my resume, loser. I keep champagne in the cooler. I keep my wrist in the freezer. Shorty go down, need a tutor. Slip and slide to the finish. Let her smile like a dentist. Let her style if you win it. Look at the stride of my dinner, my walking like it, talking like it, looking like it, ayy. Walking like it, talking like it, looking like it, ayy. Walking like it, talking like it, looking like it, ayy. Walking like it, talking like it, looking like it, ayy. How far you really wanna go? She fell in love with the glow. I fell in love with the life.
Shout out to the oldest young man in the building.
I need a four in the flow. That need a bucket of ice. Wait, ain't gotta give it, I get it and go. Ballin' like Pippin, like Griffin, like Mo. All of this drink can be good for the flow. Bumpin' the sauce, sign on the flow. Hey, I'ma lead this to my children. First one to do it, no pilgrim. Million, a million, a billion. Little bitch, I'm back in the building. Walking like it, talking like it, looking like it, hey, walking like it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Trap.
Walking like it,
We're going to get started here momentarily, y'all.
hey, walking like it.
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat rooms, that's streaming in all locations and areas.
I'm hitting them all where it hurt.
We want to thank y'all for joining us this morning. We got a great show coming up, y'all. Thursday, January 21st. It's about to go down, y'all.
For premium, I'm the one to call. I'm always at work cause I'm the boss. I wanted I get it, fuck a cost. Can't handle the truth, so people lie. A purple emoji, my reply. Female with no morals, I despise. When they talk, they look me in the eyes. I see they don't want me to be great, so I gotta rub it in their face. Already had lunch for the day. My victory tastes like steak. Yeah, here I go again. To keep it 100, I zero in. When you at the bottom, got zero friends. They say it pay off, but it never ends. I'm talking about work if I overspend. Somehow I always got the upper hand. Ain't taking no loss, all I do is win. They want me to chill, but I'm stuck on 10. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold. Don't make me no difference. None of my dogs is scared of mistakes, and that's how we living. I'm taking the risk, ain't scared of regrets. They think that I'm tripping. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold. Don't make me no difference. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold. Don't make me no difference. None of my dogs is scared of mistakes, and that's how we living. I'm taking the risk, ain't scared of regrets. They think that I'm tripping. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold. Don't make me no difference.
Shout out to everybody, y'all.
Shout out
and shout out to everybody that's in my ear right now.
Again. But this time say hello to my little friend. Part of me got issues, you shouldn't have started me. Kinda funny, you sweet like a honeybee. Ate a rapper, now I got a cavity. Yeah, I had to stop him in his track.
Good morning, Nicole. Good morning to everyone that's in the chat room.
And they mad.
Shout out to Chuck Diesel. I see you, brother.
That's the law. For premium, I'm the one to call. Knee deep in the drought, so get it off. The problem is they don't have any balls. Sad, they do it, don't make me no difference. They want me to fall with my back on the wall, but they know I ain't quitting. None of my dogs are scared of mistakes, and that's how we living. I'm risking it all, I do what it takes, no choice but to get it. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold, don't make me no difference. None of my dogs are scared of mistakes, and that's how we living. I'm taking the risk, ain't scared of regrets, they think that I'm tripping. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold, don't make me no difference. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold, don't make me no difference. None of my dogs are scared of mistakes, and that's how we living. I'm taking the risk, ain't scared of regrets, they think that I'm tripping. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold, don't make me no difference. More love, shout out my plug. Pop up at the door like it's me again, but this time say hello to my little friend. Part of me got issues, you shouldn't have started me. Kinda funny, you sweet like a honeybee. Ate a rapper, now I got...
How can you see Ben?
He's in. Hey.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
Good morning, y'all.
Acting
morning.
a fool behind the scenes.
Yeah. They got me in Ben's Zoom room. That's why I ain't get my personal Zoom room like y'all got. Okay, but
we had to share.
We had to share. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? How you doing, Marcus? How you doing, Mondell, Baba, Ben? What's going on?
Ain't nothing but the rent.
What's up, sis?
Marcus.
Facts.
I see that. Are we live?
Yeah.
We are live.
Of
This
course.
whole time you didn't know we were live?
Hey, so hi. Hey.
Hi. Look, now you don't get shy now. Don't be plies and be like, I'm shy.
Now he's shy.
Now he's shy.
I'm Plies without the goatee. Say,
Right,
baby,
he's shy without the
grill.
goatee. Yeah. Marcus, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. How you?
You good? You good? I know it's been a long morning. I know that you've been traveling, but I'm glad that you
I
on
ain't
because this
traveling
ain't a
nowhere.
family
I'm
without
still-
you.
I'm still in my same old office. You look behind me. That's the same Cornell West. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, it is.
I'm about to go travel.
You right.
Marcus,
You right.
Marcus put on the inmate truth shirt and he become an inmate.
Yeah, I was just about to ask what his shirt said.
What y'all kick out niggas read? Oh, it says inmate Trump. What does it say?
Inmate
Read it out loud.
Trump.
Inmate Trump. Yeah.
45, 2020.
I love it. I love it.
I like that.
That's dope.
Y'all fast.
it.
Y'all real fast with the shirts and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
They got
I
good
want one.
merchandising.
Well, I mean, first, you got to understand, like, black folks be selling T-shirts, right? So you know, we could find out that artists coming to town tomorrow, and we'll have them T-shirts on deck in about 15 minutes, 20,
Right.
and you get the 2 for 25.
Yes, I love it. On which corner? On which corner? Because that's where they be at.
On every corner.
All of them.
Old National.
Yeah.
Old National.
Old National, Warner's Way. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what
downtown by the
all
Ferris
I know is
wheel.
we don't have a license.
Down there by Madhouse.
I'm ready for my shirt.
Right by the stadiums. They everywhere.
The state, right? But make sure you check the spelling.
But you can't go nowhere in Atlanta and not run into the hookup, man.
So basically, y'all know all the plugs. So we need to get on that. I need me a cute little T-shirt, but I know exactly where I can when I go to FAMU, where to pull up on somebody because they probably already got the shirts available and ready right now.
Yeah, and then on Sundays they like 2 for $5. They trying to get rid of them, so it's like, here you go, take a shirt.
Y'all ever go by
Camp Creek? All off and shifted to the side.
Have y'all ever gone down to Camp Creek over there by like that Chili's area? And there's like a whole line of bootleg people. Like they either selling bootleg purses I'm just saying, like, that's where it's at, bro. Like everywhere you go in Atlanta, you could get the hookup, and you should get the hookup.
I mean,
why give these people all that? Man, please, where the hookup man at?
If you see bootleg anything, then you are literally 5 feet away from the best incense, the best hair products, the best lotion,
shea butter,
soap,
shea butter, oils,
the jewelry.
Hey, yo. And
listen,
the
crack, African art,
what are the crack
and it's funny because it'd be cheap African art. They be reprints, right? But white folks walk into your house and be like, "Where'd you get that from?"
It looks good.
On my wall right now, I have black women, and I had, but of course, I supported the women. But the originals that I had were bootlegs. I went and got I got the real artist. I had reached out to her and printed them out. But I had bootlegs, and every time they came through my door, they were like, "Wow!"
I'm pretty sure this is a bootleg behind me right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. While y'all flexing, I'm pretty sure that's a bootleg from somewhere.
Well, I actually have real library behind me.
It looks authentic.
Thank you so much. This is a real fucking law library, okay?
You should catch a real butt whooping from one of them real books behind you. That's what should happen.
Hey, listen.
It looks real authentic.
Hey, pull out book 2 then. How about that? Just turn around and pull out book 2 real quick.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Book 2, let me pull out book
It's
2.
giving encyclopedia. It's giving encyclopedia.
Book 2 is now here.
Y'all are too silly for me in the morning, man.
Book 2.
Yeah. Well,
book
look,
2.
guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh.
Absolutely. I'm happy to have you guys here this morning. Welcome to the Morning Trap. We got the whole family in the house. So let's go ahead and get into some news, because you guys know that I always be wanting to get into some news. Let's get into some news. Yesterday was the inauguration. We took out the trash yesterday. And by trash, I'm talking about Donald Trump. We took out the trash and we started with something new. Let's take a look at how Joe Biden spoke to the people yesterday during the inauguration.
We've learned again that democracy is precious. Democracy is fragile. And at this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed.
Wow. A whole paragraph with no theories.
On this hallowed ground where just a few days ago, violence sought to shake the Capitol's very foundation, we come together as one nation, under God, indivisible, to carry out the peaceful transfer of power as we have for more than 2 centuries.
So Joe Biden was giving very polished. Joe Biden was given very by the book. And I want to know what you guys thought. We're going to play a few more clips of him, but what did you think of the initial introduction of Joe Biden yesterday during his speech?
Okay, I'll go. I mean, it was coherent. It was complete sentences. It wasn't drenched in complete white supremacy, but of course we could, if we dissected, I'm sure we could find some. But leaving that alone, it just wasn't Donald Trump, and it's good at a minimum. to have somebody competent enough to string together a complete sentence leading the country.
All right. Who else we got on here? Because I heard Mondale.
Well, I mean, it's amazing to have a president can talk without talking about very and big and the largest crowds. So at least he mentioned democracy. I think he actually know what that is, whereas Trump believed democracy is something he can take over.
Yeah, I think it's a Mac. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's probably the Mac. Because I
give Mondale back his voice. Like, who took it away?
So
there it is.
So it was impressive to watch it was just impressive to watch a presidential speech sound presidential.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, agreed.
Let's play another clip of the inauguration speech.
And today, we mark the swearing in of the first woman in American history elected to national office, Vice President Kamala Harris. Don't tell me things can't change. Here we stand across the Potomac from Arlington Cemetery, where heroes who gave the last full measure of devotion rest in eternal peace. And here we stand, just days after a riotous mob thought they could use violence to silence the will of the people, to stop the work of our democracy, to drive us from this sacred ground. It did not happen. It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever.
So I want to start with you, Marcus, from that clip. Were you getting something that felt promising from Joe Biden yesterday during his speech?
No, I wasn't. I'm happy that he signed what he signed yesterday, but when it comes down to all of that yesterday, all right, yesterday's over with. Where's my reparations?
No, I'm right with you. A lot of the things that what Ben's going to go into soon in the show, but a lot of things that were signed or a lot of things that were said during the speech after that he went and signed some paperwork, and I'm like, okay, a lot of these things ain't gonna work for me right now. It's like it's we'll get to the executive orders, but what he was saying to me, it was just kind of like I love what Mondale said. You know, this is a man that we know who can speak. This is a man who knows what democracy is. This is a man who has definitely a lot more education. It looks like he has more of a drive for the people and the work. But I feel like we've been so dragged, and I'm talking about Black folks because, you know, I always got to get there. I feel like we've been so dragged. We've been dragged along for so long, even before Donald Trump. And it's kind of like now it's like, okay, we've done the whole voting because somebody was Black and supporting because somebody was Black, and we still didn't get what we needed necessarily. And then we got Donald Trump, and it was like, Jesus, like, it was like, okay, now let's like really be racist. Like, let's really take y'all back. And then go ahead.
No, if I can, look, I cannot allow myself, and I cannot allow people who watch the Thirst Trap and Morning Trap. Yeah, I can't allow folks to walk away from like where we are right now, right? Like, we can get caught up in pomp and circumstance if we want to, but Biden got some work to do. And yeah, people deserve to have a day off, right? Yesterday was your day off, right? The last 3 weeks of the Trump administration was a hot mess. Between him not really having a plan to distribute the COVID vaccine, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna get into, ain't nobody got no time for celebrations right now. I don't want to see nothing on CNN. I don't want to see nothing on. I don't want to see no Fox interviews. I don't want to see no person magic made this election happen. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but people hurting out here, right? Like, immediately show me everything that you came down here to Georgia and you said you were going to do. Immediately, because they want us to take a day off of that pressure. They do. They want us to take 2 or 3 days off of that pressure. And we know how establishment politics works. If we don't pressure them and act like every day is an election day, and bring that same energy, we won't get anything done. They will lax off. We won't see reparations. We won't see UBI. We won't see the $2,000 that they owed us. Right. So I'm just not a big fan of, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer this morning, but like, all right, we had fun yesterday. Now it's time to get to work. Show me what you're going to do.
Yeah, I just got to push back a little bit, brother, if you don't mind. And it's because, it's because I think, I mean, being a Debbie Downer is one thing, but we gotta be actual when we're doing it, because to say that yesterday was a day off is to discount all of the stuff that happened. And for my brothers and sisters that are dreamer, they definitely don't feel like Joe Biden took a day off when they know now that they're going to have a path to citizenship. They don't feel like it's a day off. My brothers that are Liberian, they don't feel like it's a day. Yesterday was a day off when now they don't have to worry about hiding from ICE. The brothers and sisters who were, that are from Muslim countries, that not only are they going to be able to travel and see their family members again, and their family members will be able to come and see them, but they're also going to figure out what they need to do to fix any harm that happened because of that ban. Those people don't feel like yesterday was a day off for them. People who are suffering from eviction or the threat of eviction and or foreclosure no longer feel that way because that foreclosure has been extended. So I don't think people think yesterday was a day off. And we could say and criticize Joe Biden, and we absolutely must, but we also have to be honest about what's at stake and what's happening, because if we don't, then we create this fake balloon around what's really going on. And yesterday, a lot of work took place. Also, it was also that clip you just played as a veteran touches my heart, because it's kind of trolling, because he was talking about Arlington Cemetery, where Donald Trump actually went and said he don't understand why these people gave their lives and got nothing. And Joe Biden's comments just then was an honor to people who gave the ultimate sacrifice and now are resting in peace in hallowed ground. So we can pretend that nothing happened yesterday, but I think we do disservice to what's really going on in this country.
I think you just misrepresented what I said, brother. And that's fine.
My bad.
Yeah, that's fine. You just misrepresented what I said. What I said was yesterday was pomp and circumstance. Literally, one of the origins of pomp and circumstance came from Inauguration Day of Presidents. Right. So what I mean by that is that was a celebration. But while everybody else, again, and I'm happy for that, because my brothers and sisters, I like how you stated it, my brothers and sisters who are Latinx, my brothers and sisters who are from who got relieved from the Muslim ban, I'm happy about all that. The number one concern from the Biden administration should be the people who got his behind elected, straight up and down. That's black folks in Georgia, and that's black folks across the nation. It's black folks in South Carolina. So don't get it twisted. I'm a veteran too. You're not the only veteran on this show. I'm a vet also, and I'm not downplaying anything you said. But signing bills, right? I'm just not going to come at this with the ethos of, because I mean, history's on my side with this one right here. You can talk as much as you want to, right? Establishment Democrats and the lineage that Joe Biden is from has not done anything for black people. So I'm sorry if I'm just ready to go back to work. That's it.
Well, I mean, but I hear you, but you said nothing was happening yesterday, and I think that's what I took problems with. So, but I hear you.
And that's what I love. I love that you guys can agree to disagree and come back and live with each other. I love that, because we do need those two different perspectives, though. We do need those, because I do feel how Marcus feels, and I understand where he's coming from, and I also can understand where Mondale is coming from. I mean, we don't want to do a disservice by putting that out there. Yesterday was a big day. Yesterday was a big day, the first day start of change. But to Marcus's point as well, it's like, listen, we don't want to keep, give that vibe of, oh my God, racism is going to be over right now. Like, you know what I mean? We got work to do. We got to keep it light and hit the ground running. You know what I mean? Because we have been taken advantage of by a lot of these politicians and the people in power. So if we keep our voices strong and we stand on what we stood on the day before inauguration, and we keep that same vibe, I believe that, I don't know, but I believe that Joe Biden may do a little something. What you think, Ben?
I don't expect anything from Joe Biden except for coherent sentences and to not be a fascist, right? For me personally. Now, he has already come into the office like Mundell said, and did something for a whole lot of folks yesterday. I mean, the Keystone Pipeline, I mean, that's a big win. Just thinking about the pushback against the Muslim ban, or the getting rid of the Muslim ban, that's like a win, right? There are real tangible wins that are measurable and have impact that hit yesterday.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I'm ready to believe that the Democrats are ready to do something for Black people. And I'll believe it when I see it. And we're going to hold them their feet to the fire. So there's a lot of good stuff that can be and should be done. We expect y'all to do that. But I got to watch them with a side eye. Like, seriously, if y'all don't deliver for us, we're not going to deliver for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, even speaking of, what Democrats are going to be delivering, especially for Black people. Yesterday, Donald Trump, because I'm so used to saying that man's name. My God. Yesterday, Joe Biden did.
Now, that's a victory. Rebecca, can I say something new? A victory is Donald Trump's not president anymore.
It's a good one.
That's a legit victory. Where the air horn?
Shout right. That's enough to shout right there.
That's
because enough to shout right there.
There was nothing we could accomplish with Donald Trump in office for a second term, right? So if there's anything that's going to be done, right?
I was waiting.
If there's no, for real, right? Like, that's where we have a common cause to celebrate, right? Yesterday, It is worth celebrating that today we do not have to call Donald Trump president anymore. He is former President Trump. Can I get the air horn and an amen? And then Rebecca, y'all do what y'all want to do.
Amen.
Donald Trump is on vacation. Bye.
Is it vacation? But even speaking of that, yesterday Joe Biden spoke about white supremacy. He mentioned white supremacy, and let's take a look.
Once in a century virus that silently stalks the country. It's taken as many lives in 1 year as America lost in all of World War II. Millions of jobs have been lost. Hundreds of thousands of businesses closed. A cry for racial justice, some 400 years in the making, moves us. The dream of justice for all will be deferred no longer. A cry for survival comes from the planet itself. A cry that can't be any more desperate or any more clear. And now, a rise of political extremism, white supremacy, domestic terrorism, that we must confront and we will defeat.
Right there. So that to me is that was huge, because he mentioned not only white supremacy, but he said domestic terrorism. And that's something that Donald Trump couldn't even say white supremacy. No. He couldn't denounce nothing. And to even say the word terrorism, relate those people to terrorists. That's what we've been looking for. And then he said we're gonna defeat them. Now that's big. That's a lot right there, because we've been trying and working on that even before Donald Trump. We've been dealing with that, but it's been to a bigger level with Donald Trump in office. So what do you guys think about that?
Let me say real quick, that's something, right? Now, I don't expect anything tangible yet, because we're going to have to put our boot on them to get that something tangible. But it is something to actually have recorded in the annals of history, spoken by the president, that there is a problem of white supremacy, and that white supremacy is analogous to domestic terrorism. We needed that on the record. And now that's on the record from the highest office. That's not nothing. What comes with that is the disposition of the Justice Department. Now, we have an expectation that it's not just going to be words. I have a full expectation, Joe Biden, that those words are going to now come into policy in regards to how you treat those domestic terrorists, in regards to how you've treated everybody else that you thought was an enemy in the past.
I think, I'm just going to go back to the work yesterday as it pertains to, for instance, the Justice Department. One of those was Donald Trump made people take a loyalty pledge. Joe Biden yesterday made people take an ethics pledge, especially as it pertains to the Justice Department's independence. So everyone who came into the administration, or that will come into the administration, had to take a pledge to the independence of the agency, especially the Department of Justice, which is huge, especially since we saw the Department of Justice under the last administration run amok and not doing anything as it pertained to protecting people's right to vote. Not protecting, doing away with, Donald Trump's administration did away with all of the consent decrees in police departments around this country. So if you are a lover of black people, then you have to be excited about the fact that we will once again have protections against racist police departments, and the federal government will have the power and use that power to step in and stop practices that seem like trends and that are harmful to black people. So all of these police departments that are still practicing stop and frisk, who are still having racist, racist actions on a daily basis, on a regular basis, will have the power, the foot of the federal government on their neck. So I'm super excited about that. That meant something. We saw that when it happened in Cincinnati. We saw it when it happened in St. Louis, what effect it had on how people were policed. So we need those consent decrees. We saw it in Chicago as well. So all of this is light for me, coupled with the fact that we also now have an interagency that is nothing. It has a whole job in the federal government to place equity at its center of all of its work. And Susan Rice is heading that too. So for black people, I also wanted to mention that we said something about what are you going to do for black people? Liberians are black people. These are people from an African nation that now have protection. Because the immigrants, a lot of the times the immigrant conversation is all about our Latinx and brown brothers and sisters, when in actuality, there are a lot of black immigrants, mostly the most harmed by immigration policies, the most deported by our ICE department, percentage-wise, are black immigrants. So dreamers are not just for just for brown folk. There are black people suffering because of that as well.
That's it. Yeah. Just to highlight one quick angle of what you're saying, I agree with everything that you just said, every part of it, including I do have the disposition I expect to change, and I see it changing already. The thing that I want to highlight is the United States disposition towards white supremacy. Right now that he's drawn an analog between white supremacy and domestic terrorism. Well, now we need them to act accordingly. That's what I'm saying. So on the positive end of the ledger, I agree with you. I think that we see some positive moves that are happening already, right? But on the opposite side, I really want to see what that translates into policy as.
Yeah, Ben, I definitely hear that. Especially
that speech.
Go ahead, Marcus.
That speech was, when I watched it, I gave it a C. When I rewatched it, I gave it a B. When I woke up this morning, I gave it an A.
That makes sense.
Because I had the rest on me. And this is where I'm going to stay pessimistic. I don't care what happens, because putting money. Putting money into black neighborhoods and putting money into places where there's no mechanism to even create it to actually get money from the government to black people. It's just not right. So we don't even know how to do that. Right. So I'm pessimistic, but when it comes down to the annals of time, when it comes down to what's going to go into that Scranton Presidential Library one day, when it comes down to that speech, the first speech that Joe Biden made to America after one of his most troubling times, what he did yesterday by saying the words white supremacy was 400 years in the making.
Yeah,
that's it.
After the first 6 months of white supremacy, the next president should have said, in his inauguration, should have said what Joe Biden said: we have to stop the scourge of white supremacy, whatever. So the way that I look at this is very simple. First off, there is some optimism in the fact that I know for a fact Joe Biden is probably surrounded by a couple of different types of people, right? You got the classical DC consultant who probably argued him down and probably said, you can't say white supremacy yet, right? Because, they're just safe. Moderate Democrats are safe, and people who write speeches are safe. And they try to, especially with this inclusive language that the Democratic Party and Joe Biden has been using, saying white supremacy in itself is something that has never been said. Hell, we had a black president that wouldn't say it. We had black people ran for Congress and Senate who wouldn't say it, right? So for him to say it in words matter, right? Words matter. So I'm pretty sure somebody argued him down. Don't say white supremacy. Don't say it, Joe. We can't have you saying that. And I promise, and I guarantee you, it was Joe Biden who was like, nah, I'm gonna say it.
Call it what it is.
Because he's an old ornery white man. And once he learned about it, once he learned about it, He probably was just like, nah, I'm gonna say it, and went against all of his consultants in the room, and went against probably some important voices in the room. I mean, I'll be interested if Clyburn didn't try to stop him from saying it, right? Like, you know what I mean? I'm just keeping it 1,000. So in the annals of history, the old stubborn white man from Scranton, Pennsylvania, is the first president to publicly say the words white supremacy.
And connected to domestic terrorism. There's one last thing, man. Wait, let me just drop this and I'm out of here. Right. By the fact that it is recorded by the president of the United States saying it means that so long as the United States is the United States, it will be on the recorded history of this planet that white supremacy is equivalent to domestic terrorism. That's something powerful right there.
Yeah. I mean, so what I was going to respond to, Ben, was when you talk about this country's history with white supremacy. We know it took white people to run up in the Capitol before it got named white supremacy and terrorist.
Come on.
Or before the highest level of government to talk about it, when all it took black people to do was try to feed other black folk for free, the Black Panthers, or get free from slavery. So I know the level to be called white supremacists or a terrorist is high. But I'm saying we have reached that level, so it seems.
That's it. Yeah.
And I also would just so the records, the level, it's set. Joe Biden is on record for calling out white supremacy before, like when he was a young man, right? When he was talking about what was going on in South Africa, he was screaming at his Senate colleagues when he was a young man. The problem is it took 30 plus years for that gaze to come to America. So let's see if he's as hot as he was in the 80s when he was screaming about what was going on in apartheid South Africa and America's wrong loyalty to the white Afrikaners and not the people of South Africa. So we'll see if that gaze is the same fire that they caught. And hopefully it is.
Mondale, and guys, if I may, right now, at this very moment, when it comes down to direct policy, directly from him, not from written from somebody else and signed from someone else, or the idea of directly from him. The last major policy point that Joe Biden announced and got passed when it came down to black people was the crime bill. That's it. There's nothing in between that. So he has an opportunity as president right now to reverse the atrocious nature of what the crime bill was, and I hope he centers his presidency. Me, nobody else on this panel. I hope he centers his presidency on not only reversing, but reversing what happened in that bill. And the bills previous to it, and also creating real equity within our communities. And to me, that means that there's whole new systems that are going to have to be created. Brand new systems that have to be created that skips certain gatekeepers, skips certain administrative issues, and gets money directly to people in American streets, right? So a lot of people say, all politics is local and the presidential election doesn't affect you. Well, Joe Biden is going to have to flip that on his head.
That's it.
He's going to have to, because if he doesn't, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I gotta push back, because if the crime bill was, go ahead, Ben.
Let's push back after a break. Rebecca's
yeah, because I was just about to cut into one, because we can get into this conversation all day. And when we come back from the break, I will actually want to play a response from Tucker Carlson, who is a Fox News pundit, and how he felt about just Joe Biden saying the words white supremacy. Let's cut it to a break, Bubba.
You dancing, but I don't.
Dirty water, dirty money, go pay your tithes. We'll be on the front lines. Should you ever change your mind? That money be alive. 33 or 25. When your skin black is mine, that's how you really supposed to shine. Get your Grammy speech with that backpack. Pink polo, yay flow. Triple plat through band camp. The real threat is ownership. Don't care about where your deal at. Gentrify the whole city where we supposed to build at. Bombs over Babylon. Squatting in the Avalon. Trying to find balance. They got weapons, but our cameras drawn. Filter on the flick. What you better not miss. Don't nobody give us till it's time to politic. Don't confuse passion for fame and talent is overrated. Off the wall nose, moonwalking the simulation, this was calculated. Fix the banks in the ballots when you don't know who to trust, you stack the money on the pallet.
Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I want to thank you for tuning in this morning. The Morning Trap, the conversation is real good right now. Make sure that y'all stay tuned. We got more coming up. The Morning Trap. Your DJ James Bubba Williams, DJ exclusive. Let's go.
I know what your eyes see. It's likely more alignment than timing. Don't try me. Either build or destroy, manipulate or inspire. It's all a finesse. Don't get caught in the crossfire. Do yourself a favor, never get too complacent. These days you know.
Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, right hand is wrapped around your waist. I love the way that you be twirling to the bass. Moving sideways on a Friday. DJ playing all of your favorites. I'm digging your flavor, yeah, yeah. Cause your vibe. Let this be real inside. Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on.
What'd you say, Mondale?
I didn't say nothing.
Yes, he did.
Fred.
Hey, the real question is, can we all rock? Do you think we can all rock on beat? Is that even possible? Because we all got the delay.
It's a.
I'm trying to match it. It's the delay is gonna make it real.
Everybody got see.
I'm gonna be the one
We're
that's
always on
beat.
Bubba looked like a black fried tuck this morning.
I told him he like, oh,
no, the Ewok.
Marcus. The Ewok. Ben.
You know me.
Ben.
Now,
what you call him, Mondale? This morning, what you call him?
Black ass Obi-Wan Kenobi.
A black pope. I don't know if he going to church or to the block. He got him a Catholic. It's like a Catholic school.
He going to the trap house or the church house. You going to the trap house or the church house, bro?
I'm going to the trap house to do the Lord's work.
Is that a hoodie with a button down and a pocket?
Damn right it is. Look at it.
It's very innovative.
I'm giving very much.
It gets
I'm
the
giving
people
very
going.
Much, gets people going. That's how you feel, Rebecca?
I like it. Come on. People go. It's innovative.
In the hood.
That's a utility shirt.
Down.
You say it's a utility shirt.
That's a utility shirt. That shirt for every event, like a mechanic's belt. Got my tools right here.
You see what you started,
right
Marcus?
Batman.
Got my drugs right
Marcus
here.
just started it, and now he's real quiet in the corner. How you started, and now you in the corner just watching it go?
Use the force, Bubba. Use the force.
Use the force. Thank you. I appreciate that, Marcus.
But anywho, let's get off of Bubba because we got to make sure that he don't cut in music while we talking.
Oh, that's right.
Man, what?
Listen, so let's get this Tucker Carlson clip played. I really want to give Marcus his take on.
Like that, Rebecca. I'm gonna play random sound effects.
You can't take black people nowhere. I swear.
Play the Tucker Carlson.
The rise of political extremism, white supremacy, domestic terrorism that we must
okay. That's not Tucker Carlson,
and
but
we will defeat.
This is the
We will defeat political extremists, domestic terrorists, white supremacists. Those are America's enemies. We must wage war against them. We must, quote, defeat those people. That's what Biden said today. It seemed like a highly significant part of his speech and maybe a significant part of the Democratic Party's governing agenda going forward. We're not imagining this. We weren't the only ones who noticed it. People who voted for Joe Biden heard it too. Watch.
I heard a declaration of war against white supremacy and against the lies that brought our democracy to the brink. And President-elect Biden will inherit an unprecedented domestic security crisis.
A declaration of war against white supremacy. Now, you may not have noticed that because on one level, it's not very remarkable. Not many Americans support white supremacy. Most people in this country find it disgusting, of course, and they should. But the question is, what is it exactly? Now that we're waging war on white supremacists, can somebody tell us in very clear language what a white supremacist is?
It's okay. It made us all go there. No, I even was going there, so y'all good.
I ain't even got time to rationalize with this.
Talk about it. I need y'all to talk about it.
All right, so check this out. Tucker Carlson's existence as a bow tie wearing, Brooks Brothers wearing, having cost cut going to his existence. So he's been catering to white supremacy. He is like white supremacist number one, right? He's been catering to white supremacy for years. He wouldn't have one of Fox News top slots if he wasn't a white supremacist and reporter. So here's the thing. Since there's about to be a crackdown on facts, since there's about to be a crackdown from social media places, from possibly even the government, now Tucker Carlson has to create a different narrative, right? What is white supremacy? Well, Tucker, go back and look at your last 4 years of reporting on Donald Trump. That's white supremacy. The people who watch your show support white supremacy. So if you try to Disneyfy, and I use that word a lot now.
Yes, you do. No, it's a good word.
If you try to, Disneyfy what white supremacy is, white supremacy isn't, having a thought process of, I got to have a hoodie on. And if I have a hood on and with two eye holes cut out, that's the only way I could be a white supremacist. I have to have a swastika on my arm and I'm a white supremacist, because that's what Tucker Carlson wants you to believe. He doesn't want you to believe that the normal white woman from the middle of nowhere, Iowa, who's been supporting Donald Trump for the past 5 years, believes in white supremacy. That's different, right? That's different. You have to openly use the word, the N-word, and also have truck nuts. Right? That's the only way you can be a white supremacist. Not realizing that if you polled every single person who went inside that Capitol, and if they said, I promise you, he would be top 3, if not top 2 of political pundits that they watch in general. That's it. So don't get it twisted, Tucker Carlson. You don't even ask the question of what white supremacy is. You're not gonna gaslight us, and that's just another lie. But this time, Trump ain't around to back your dumb ass up.
Drop the mic. Like it's true. White supremacy. You made a really good point there, though. White supremacists are not just a look. It's not just people who are in a trailer park coming from really country parts of America, missing teeth. Hygiene is a fool. It's not just that. Okay, they actually look like your local doctors, your mailmen, your lawyers, your pastors, the judges, the pastors,
your next door neighbor,
your next door neighbors, right? This is what these are those people. And Tucker Carlson is actually. You
said it right.
I love
Tuckle.
the point that you.
You said it right.
I love the point that you made, Marcus, where he literally has been moving in white supremacy, and his job has been pushing white supremacy. That's some tea, honey. That's
been his job day one, square one. On the flip side of it, y'all, we about to turn America into Wakanda.
Are we? Because I heard that Atlanta was Wakanda. Do y'all think that Atlanta is Wakanda? Because I remember T.I. was like,
we got to do the whole
Atlanta is Wakanda.
Atlanta's definitely Wakanda.
You think so?
Like,
I'm not getting that.
It's the ghetto Wakanda. Atlanta's ghetto as hell.
No, Atlanta's the vibranium, y'all. Atlanta is the vibranium.
Is it?
We got to turn America into Wakanda.
Man, I gotta say, I can't commercialize Atlanta. Atlanta's Atlanta. Atlanta's Atlanta. Atlanta's Atlanta. Wakanda exists and Atlanta exists. They're two different places, right? Atlanta's a place where you go to the jewelry store and play, and you hear trap music. Atlanta is a place where you have black politicians who are pushing gentrification. Atlanta is a place where we have, sometimes the mayor will do very, very good for black people, and sometimes she'll sick the police on us. Atlanta's a place where white Americans, white Georgians will try their hardest to take the power away from the largest black city in America when it comes down to power, at least, right? There's so many entities that want to do evil things, like, let's say, take the largest airport in America away from black control, right? Brian Kemp wanted to take away the Atlanta airport away from the city of Atlanta because black people control the city of Atlanta government. And when you own the airport, that means you own the contracts. And the contracts in the airport, Atlanta Airport is the biggest contractor in Georgia when it comes down to black contracts, if not one in America. So of course Kemp wants to take that away. They said it was ill ran because COVID happened. Right. So we got to understand Atlanta's Atlanta, man. Atlanta has its own, from the SWATs to Buckhead to to all the surrounding counties, man. Atlanta has its own vibe. And we would be remiss to say it was different. I got to go, y'all.
Facts.
I know he got to go. I hate it because this is such, we're going to be missing. Not for real. We'll see you when you get back.
It's like, nigga,
hey, man, safe travels, brother. Be safe out there.
Be safe, Marcus.
Don't take no wooden nickels.
Yeah.
Tell the people bye, Marcus. Give your family some love. He acting all like.
Yeah, Mom, I'm headed home. I know you're watching. I'll be home by 1 o'clock. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm bringing Wody with me. So hopefully he don't act up on this plane.
Oh, Lord. Did they let y'all hold dogs on the plane? Because I know he's a baby. So
he fits in the bag under the seat. Mind your business. I don't ask where your children. I don't ask where your children at. Don't ask where mine.
That's because they always running in the background.
Creep around your own, sleep around your own front door.
Sweep around.
Don't try to sweep around mine.
Hey, man, be safe out there, bro.
Be safe, Marcus. Bye. Bubba, roll that music. We'll be right back, guys.
I'm a child of G's and Bun B, of Com 5 to Big L and Dre 3. Hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Said hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Child of the Riz and Starsky, of Pop J5 and the Don B.I.G. Hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Said hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. I'm a child of the Woodward Marquee, of Rakim, Snoop, Ice Cube and Ice-T. Hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Said hip hop, funk and soul don't raise me. Look, rules don't apply to those who create pieces of art that would eventually change the face of industry-leading media, exposed in the face of the masses. Can tell us real and be able to choose a fate better than last. Regular cats cannot relate. Dapper is jam, blessing the fam with heavy H. Rhythm is strong, memory long like in a state. When the beat drops, I can't call on single takes. No need for a hook when I'm on one. See you all catch in a vibe in the long run. Been a G lacing a beat like I'm Don Juan. This verse ain't for the weak, it's for the strong ones. Looking for something better to clutch. I reconstruct with a single stroke of the brush. My mental pros got them in a.
Shout out to everybody that's checking in with us this morning on the Morning Trap. Hope that y'all are having a good time this morning, enjoying the great conversation. We got more coming up, so make sure that you stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like, that share button, that subscribe, so you always know when the Morning Trap is going down. And make sure that you check out Clickbaity at night as well, too, y'all.
Breathe. Yeah. I'm a child of Jesus.
Big up to this crew here. We like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do it now, me and you. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it it positive. You know how we
Shout out to everybody this morning that's joining us. Make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe.
up like the moon.
And make sure that you tip your DJ. That's me. DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App. DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App.
With stress and negativity, we always let it slide. It's an elevated vibe, so fly. We touch the sky every time we ride. Big up, big up, big up to this crew here. We like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you. Now roll back time, tell me what you find. You're gonna see the same sucker MCs on the sidelines. In the fourth quarter when it's do or die time. That's when this crew is inclined to go prime time. From day one straight till it's done. But you all know full well that we only just begun. Yeah. We stick together one for all for one. When it gets heavy, no we don't cut it wrong. Crazy thinking about the places that we've been. Now I could tell you stories that'll make your head spin. But like I said, straight, thick or thin, there's so many memories giving me silly grins. So please allow me.
Shout out to the family that's checking me out right now. My mama talking about my dad is dancing in the living room, but he won't tip me. Ain't that some
Big up, big up to this crew here. We like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up, big up, big up to this crew.
Why you tryna play me? Telling me I'm crazy. Tryna prove me wrong in every fight. Knowing that I'm right. Why you tryna wreck me? Always wanna check me. Wanna call me out in front of friends. Careful where you tread before this ends. You love me and I love you, but butting heads is what we do. Bullheaded, stubborn, wild, crazy lovers. You love me and I love you. Why can't we just match the two? Why we get so mean? Light the match, I'm kerosene. We're fire. Oh, baby, we're fire. Feed the flame. We're fire. Oh, we're fire. Say you love me and I love you, but butting heads is what we do. Bullheaded, stubborn, wild, crazy lovers. You love me and I love you. Why can't we just match the two? Why we get so mean? Light the match, I'm kerosene. Fire.
What you talking about?
Was that you, Bubba, on that last note? You was like, fire. I heard it. It was Carrie. Was that you?
Wait a minute. Both of y'all, wait a minute. Everybody on the screen. Wait. Everybody on the screen kind of sings a little bit, enough to do a little bit of harmony, but we'll practice that off screen first before we do that.
Mondale, I heard Mondale. Mondale has like that natural church man
Very
voice. He has
like Anthony.
He in the male chorus,
so he can always do like a little something.
Oh man,
we got him in the back.
Right. Man,
Ben, yes.
Hey, listen, Mundell is that brother in the male chorus who don't say nothing. He gonna always be there. He gonna always show up, but don't mess with him. Don't mess with him.
Mondell gives shout. He gives shout.
If you don't let him sing his solo, you're gonna have a problem. That's Mundell.
He's gonna step in front of you and take it. That's what I feel. It's real loud and a shout. Yes,
a heart in the house tonight. That's Mondale.
End up.
See? Either Mondale gonna be like the guy from Sister Act 2.
The whole show.
I forgot the song. So.
Nah, you need Philip Bailey for Earth, Wind, and Fire to hit that note, man. That kid.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anywho, let's quickly discuss this tidbit with George Clyburn, Jim, look, don't even look. Every time y'all get me on Clyburn, I never get his name right. But Clyburn privately spoke with...
You probably mixed him up with George Jefferson. They have the same haircut.
No, actually George Bush, because that's what I'm going to speak about. That's why I mixed both names. But Clyburn actually George Bush actually went to Clyburn and let him know privately that he was a savior for getting Joe Biden into office. What do you guys think about that? Because I know y'all do y'all best Clyburn impressions, and y'all be going in on old boy.
I'm going to yield the floor. Mondale, you got any thoughts on it first? I mean, I can, but do you want to start?
I mean, first of all, Bush launched a war that didn't need to happen and kill and destroy countries in the Middle East for brown people. So what you say don't really matter. And your definition of savior looks very white to me. I absolutely reject the notion that Clyburn is responsible for Joe Biden's presidency. Like, Joe Biden is president because of black people, and black people didn't take Joe Biden because Clyburn gave an order to all of the little Negroes around the country. That's not how it worked. Black people voted for Joe Biden because it seemed like that was the likely winner of the Democratic Party's nomination. So that's why black people chose Joe Biden. And it was also a comfortable white man versus learning a new old ornery white man who didn't value putting enough resources in the communities where you were and talking to you over the past 4 years, not just an election cycle, which is what Bernie Sanders did with the Latino community, that next community, which is why he did make gains, because he spent the last 4 years trying to cultivate relationships there, realizing that it must be more than an election cycle for them and not putting that same value on black people. That's why black people chose Joe Biden. They knew him, he was familiar, and he also has ties. I call it a stench, but black people call it cologne or Barack Obama. So people claiming James Clyburn is responsible for the black community is something that I said earlier in the week. I don't know if it was on the morning trap or the night trap, when I was talking about the fact that the black church, the black preacher is not the power of the black community, nor do they will power. Or I remember what I was talking about when I said all of those mega church pastors that supported Trump couldn't get their churches to vote for Trump. So this is the same thing. Clyburn or Bush don't know nothing about the black community. And Clyburn's idea of being a savior is making sure his old crusty self is still in the picture.
So I love it. So Ben, so for those of the people that are watching who don't know who James Clyburn is, like a few of my family members and my friends, I would love for you to introduce him in your best impression as well.
I mean, that's got to be spontaneous. I'll see if I can work it there. But you know what? Game recognized game. Well, I roast and we clown James Clyburn around here a lot because we are fighting for things that we have been on opposing sides of the aisle on. Right? Seriously, like there are things that we fight for that he doesn't want. You know, where I'm from, we want to defund the police. He calls that sloganeering. No, we call that a negotiation, because the real request is to abolish the police, right? So that's the relationship that we have with James Clyburn. But now, game recognized game. I do have to say, the move that black man made in South Carolina, just, kind of just flying in there at the end and flipping that state, not even flipping, right? It was a guarantee, but it was so compelling that it really steamrolled everything that happened the following week into Super Tuesday. And so I think he does get some credit, not for Joe Biden's win, because Mondale is absolutely right. Black people made that decision. But I think internally, in some internal politics, I think he helped make some moves. And the first move was how convincingly he helped Joe Biden win South Carolina. So I got to give him credit for that, but not for the entire victory. And he's definitely nobody's savior.
Yeah, that coming from George Bush, I feel like doesn't hold as much weight, but it was said, and we got to clarify that he ain't nobody's savior. Now, speaking of Joe Biden's inauguration, there was more that happened yesterday, and one thing that I wanted to point out was
how bad J-Lo sings.
Now we got to come to that at the end. At the end, we're gonna have to talk about that. But we want to at the beginning right now. I want to highlight what went right.
Wait, Rebecca. I'm sorry, but see now that's strike number one. Like, why was she up there to sing that song? Come on, Joe Biden team.
It was because she couldn't sing anything else. That was perfect.
It was the let's. That was her lane. I said, "Girl, what?
That part she get left out." But
what?
That long note that
she was straining for that.
Now, I have to give her some props, because at the end of the clip, if you watch the clip, she thought she was going to take it all the way up. And she started that process of going, and she stopped in the middle of it. That was a good decision,
But we will get to that.
It was a good decision not to try to go any further, is what I'm saying.
I would love for you guys, if you can, to grab that clip so that we can play it later on in the show. But what I want to discuss that what went right at the inauguration was beautiful Amanda Gorman, the 22-year-old poet that actually gave us a little bit more understanding. Take a look.
Mr. President, Dr. Biden, Madam Vice President, Mr. Emhoff, Americans, and the world. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace. In the norms and notions of what just isn't always just is. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promised glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare it, because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
She said, quiet isn't always peace, and what just isn't justice. That's what she said. She said, quiet isn't always peace, and what just isn't justice. I said, girl, she said a lot, and I think that was the most prominent part for me, because I was listening to it. It's like, let me get a nap in. But she sat me right up. I was like, ma'am, who is this? Who is this young genius, this young poet? It was amazing.
Rebecca, I'm glad you called her a young genius. I mean, let me tell you about the success story you saw in that poem and also that poet. Because she is how white America education system see black folk. I don't know if a lot of people know who this is. This sister has already written books. She's a published author. She is a national poet laureate. But white folk, doctors, said she was special needs when she was first born. And she was, they were ready to put her on that path of life, but she's a Harvard graduate now. And I'm not bigging up Harvard because she could have went to HBCU and still been a genius. I'm just saying what white people and how white people label us and how easily they put us in special needs. We know how black boys are represented in special needs classes, but it also, in some cases, it's black sisters as well. So this is a 22-year-old genius in the light of what white America thought was going to be special needs. So shout out to that sister for real.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Can I be superficial? It was the hand gestures for me. It was just like that was like she was conducting that thing. She was
absolutely.
Just like, it was music. It was poetry, literally in motion. That
spoken word.
And then the real superficial part is I got to get me a blazer that color. That yellow was popping. That was. I'm sorry. I hate to be like that, but I need that blazer.
Black women in yellow is a thing. Okay, let me tell you something. When a black woman puts on yellow, it's just like it's powerful. It's amazing. That color combo, your melanin, and that yellow. Yes,
Rebecca, charge your cameras,
and you gotta put the power supply in.
Oh my God! Every time, the power supply is in, Ben.
Every time.
Hey, Trap Gang, Trap Squad. Y'all gotta help y'all sister. Oh man, we're not being distributed across the country yet. In about a week or two, we will be, and at such time, we won't have these kind of mistakes. Rebecca. That said,
as you still hear in the background,
you shouldn't have came to me because it dawned on me as Rebecca was talking that I'm really consistent. I love black women in yellow. Jada. All right, put somebody else on the screen. I got nothing, y'all. I got nothing. Put somebody else on the screen. Bubba, play some music, Bubba.
I give you a song then, brother.
What's going on here?
And then Mundell came in, was lost.
The sunset on the PCX is a little different. Buying into the delusion, no one's fault but mine. Overdraft in the dream, thought I was out my mind. No nepotism here, these slave ties. Blood diamonds round my neck.
Y'all will be right back on the show momentarily here. We had some technical difficulties.
Now we can care less about your post game. The most efficient, it don't look fly from close range.
We hope y'all are enjoying the show so far, y'all.
And we all are just entertainers. I doubled up on my major, then Kanye put out We Major. They never did me no favors, flying standby for a savior. Been on this frequency since Sega, make us look like a layup. So pay ups the affirmation that I sing. Don't cry for me, clear as day, no rest until we're free. Just let that ring. Bring it back right here. The sunset on the PCX is a little different. The sunset on the PCX is a little different. The sunset on the PCX is a little different.
Oh, look, y'all, it's Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca.
She's back. I can't do nothing. Man. I can't do nothing right with the camera.
Just plug it up. I never unplug my camera.
And
leave it plugged up all night.
And on the next break, close your blinds.
Oh no, I like my blinds open in the background though. You may not like the look.
No, the look is good. It's a lighting thing. But
it's the lighting that fades you out a little bit.
Yeah. Come on.
Oh, it's not giving skin anymore? It's not giving...
you're not popping like you would. Come on, you know I'm looking out for your best interest. Come on, sis.
Anywho.
You look like your Jasmine Sullivan about to shoot a video.
Oh, yeah. No, because she's been doing... I do see it now, guys. Now you're making me see it. Anyway.
No, it's cool.
We'll get that done.
We in front of family still. Like I said, y'all. Hey,
right.
We all family right here.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Donald Trump, and then I'll get these blinds settled during our next break. But let's speak about Donald Trump leaving. This is going to be some of our last moments really discussing Donald Trump in his presidency. I mean, no, he's not president anymore. So I would love for us to watch and I would love our commentary as we watch him just walking away from the White House one last time. Let's take a look. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah. So listen,
what happened?
I hope we also notice that unlike most vice presidents that watch the president walk off the South Lawn and get on the helicopter, Marine One for the last time, Mike Pence was not there to see Donald Trump leave. So that was pretty funny for me as well to watch and notice just like all of the little things I like to see as transition of powers didn't happen. Even like when the president was leaving, it was like Donald Trump was trying to sneak out away from the press. It was like almost like Kid and Play. All I could think about was Kid when he was trying to sneak out the house and go to a house party. It was like Donald Trump going to a house party, ain't he?
Is that the one where he was running through the backyard and the naked man came out shooting at him?
Right,
man.
Yes,
that's a classic.
That one.
One. It's as funny as this. Here we go. Okay, so where is he? I can't see him. Hey, man, you trying to get us wait, who playing that music? Wait a minute. That's the copyright-free version, right?
I don't know who that was that played that.
Y'all trying to get my channel started. Y'all trying to get us canceled like Donald Trump is canceled. Y'all trying to get us put out like Donald Trump got put out the White House.
Y'all see that?
It was the speed up to the helicopter for me.
Am I still frozen?
You saw that, Rebecca?
You're not frozen, Rebecca.
No, I didn't see a thing, y'all, because I've been frozen.
Oh Lord, frozen. This is how hilarious this is.
Like the Disney movie.
Like the Disney movie.
By Donald Trump. This was more about us and less than Donald Trump.
That helicopter got out of town, didn't it? The helicopter just left. Like, look, he was. Now listen, Marine. I'm a Marine, so Marine Corps 1 normally moves fast, but yesterday it just looked like it was on super. He had it on. He said, "Can you speed up? Can you get around that monument quicker? Can you get me to join Air Force Base fast?
Things fly a little bit faster, please. This would be
very fast, very, very, very fast. It's the fastest PC trip out ever. Fast. So I think look, listen, the guy is so simple-minded, man. He literally he wouldn't have to ask permission for Air Force One.
Yeah.
He flew to Florida 9 o'clock in the morning so he could still be president and have control over Air Force One.
Right.
And also somebody said also land why he is why he can land and still be president. The guy's, I feel sad for him, especially since he went home to Florida and can't really stay there, right? Like he could no longer, you can't stay in this house in Florida. That's a vacation space and nobody's allowed to stay in those places. So I want to see where he's going to go. He ain't going back to New York.
So is that true? He can't stay in his Mar-a-Lago place in Palm Beach? Is that the case?
Not more than 7 days consecutively and not more than 21 days in a year.
Wow.
So where's he going? I mean, they going back to New York.
They allow him to break a couple rules when he was president, like put the helipad, like put the helipad there. So, but he's got a lot of problems he's gonna have to deal with, and he can't go back to New York. I hope he should go to. I suggest he go to
Russia.
maybe be the. No, I was thinking space. He created Space Force. Yes, he created Space Force. Just try the moon out. Without a mask.
I was gonna say, shoot his ass into the sun. Let's just call it. Let's just do it.
Elon Musk be one. Have as one of the test pilots.
I think he's just gonna
just
gonna disappear himself. I feel like he's pretty embarrassed himself. Yeah. It was Melania for me. She literally when they were leaving out. One thing about her is, as much as I detest a lot of her with the birther comments, and she's one and all those kind of things, whatever. Mm-hmm. But she stay fly. That's one thing about it. She's a supermodel. She stay fly. And when she left, she had all black on. And I was like, wow, that's a fly look. But she looked like she was dressed for the death of
she was in mourning.
Presidency. It looked like, I don't know. It looked like she was
in
ready
sackcloth and ashes.
You know those women who date the older men, the young women who date the men, sugar daddies or whatever. They get with them and they know they about to die. And they ready for all that, get the money and go.
Oh, man.
I felt like it was like and get it and leave.
Right, and there's video, of course, she as well too. There. Right, she was on the tarmac, and Trump stopped to take pictures, and she was walking right next to Trump.
She walked away. She was like,
"Get off me." She walked away. I
don't do that no more.
It is finished.
She's done with this.
Donald, I don't love you no more, Donald.
That is not the accent of that lady. Oh my God.
It's close enough. It's the hood version. It's good enough for me.
I cannot. Listen.
Somebody should do a series called The Hood Melania and just do like the hood version of her accent.
I'm pretty sure that's
He's so sad.
There she go.
He's so
fly.
sad.
She is so fly, but it looks like
she is fly.
And the only reason that she's holding his hand is because she's like, listen, I have these stilettos on. I cannot trip. Give me the support that I need right now. That's it.
I think they're in love. I think they're in love because they are the same person. She is as empty as he is. And I think we sometimes give her a pass, but it was her that put on that jacket that said, like not caring at all, going to visit children in a cage in cages by her husband. And then it was also her who was complaining about people complaining about her work or lack of work in the White House. So, I mean, she's as superficial as he is. And I think we should give her that privilege and say, as a person, I mean, she ain't been married to Donald Trump this long for no reason.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. That's what I'm saying. Like she knew that this was gonna be tragic. She knew all of that. She knew if I pop his baby out, and this is just how I feel. This is not.
Man, how tall is that baby?
She knew if I pop this baby out that I'm gonna be secure. You know, I am an immigrant and I'm coming here and I want to make sure I'm living the lavish life. I done found the best of the best, a man who got bank, and I am going to make sure I get this. I didn't know presidency was gonna come with it, but it did, and I'm gonna make sure that we, you know, I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. I know he's gonna mess everything up, but I'm here, and I have to look like I support my husband by saying things that really don't make sense. I have no knowledge of things, so I have to literally plagiarize Michelle Obama's work.
The entire speech,
I don't really care. I ain't from here. When I go back home, I'm a goddess. You know, they love me back home, so she doesn't really give a damn. She knows she's fly, she looks good, whatever. And you're right, they're both empty, but I feel like this is all part of her plan. She will not go back to the strip club.
I will not go back.
And that,
I think whatever she does, and I'm certain she's going to make a lot of money because she's now a first lady with some life left. I hope the Home Depot flower section is hiring because she is horrible at gardening. So maybe she can go learn how to be a master gardener. And also maybe the people who do Christmas decoration can train her that red Christmas trees look just like Satan's Christmas.
Oh my God,
don't try that shit either.
Worst. That was scary. She had the whole place looking like some kind of scene out of a horror movie. I was just like, there is nothing joyous and pleasant about this. And then she ain't even want to deal with the duties that she had. Be best. Right. She didn't even want to deal with that.
I feel like Melania was the last wink at America from Putin. Like, watch how I troll y'all. Like the red trees representing the Kremlin. I just feel like Putin sent her like
it gave Kremlin.
Go marry Trump and we're gonna do our thing. And it's like. Wait a minute. Did Putin arrange this marriage or did he marry you all? Like, what was Putin's role in this marriage? It's Putin's gift. Like here.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I'm just joking.
You know, I love
love. I love love.
Let me just say,
black love.
If I may, let me just say that this has to be like the only way to spend your morning. And I hate to sound like I'm doing a commercial. But I wish I could watch my own show. I wish I was in the audience with you all watching the show right now because I don't think I've laughed this hard.
You wish you can watch our show.
Get them together, my dear. Get them together. Frederick Douglass, get them together.
You are listen. Speaking, hey, Bubba. Speaking of Frederick Douglass, Ben, you are 1/5 of the Morning Trap.
That's right. That's right.
Remind him, because I feel like he just
listen. Of course, I'm a narcissistic megalomaniac, right? I'm a short man with Napoleon syndrome, right? Come on, but did I not put this? Come on, y'all see what we put together here? This shit is hot, right? Man.
But yes.
Oh, that's right. My bad, Mom.
Oh, dang,
my bad,
I can't
Mom.
get
Somebody put $100 in the super chat for me, and I'll get you later. No, I'm joking.
Right.
I'm practicing my offering raising skills. It's been a while since I've been in church, so I gotta work on my offering raising skills because when we do something, we're gonna do it right.
So I wanted to the next thing that we talk about is to be the memorial reflection. If we can just get that up.
Was that something sad?
No, so I was gonna put it up, but because I know that. Okay, so we're not going to that. Thank you for that, because we're not going to that. Now let's roll.
Dang.
No. I want to know. Is it sad? That's what I'm saying.
It's not sad. It's just the whole. Which everybody's already seen, but it's what they do all the time, during inauguration, where they go to the unnamed soldier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you say memorial, I'm thinking Walking Dead in memoriam. I'm like, holy cow! I didn't know we had a segment.
No, it was just that they had footage of it, and we of course this episode was to be the inauguration recap, and that was one of the things that happened there. There was nothing that was particularly.
You said memorial, and I was like, oh no, I couldn't.
Nah, she's talking about the 46th president of the United States, meaning that 45 is no longer the president. When they lay a wreath at that memorial.
then I digress.
Bubba, I like that timing, brother. You see this? You see this?
It was good,
you, bro.
No,
I
it was
got
good,
you.
Bubba. You getting with it? I love it.
Oh, spontaneity. I got y'all.
But yeah, that's what that was going to be about. But listen, I actually and
she said I ain't going back in it now. She said, "Nah, you cut me off only one
what
time."
I want to know is Dwayne. Dwayne, do you have that J-Lo before we cut into the break? I really wanted to give the audience an understanding of. Not yet? Okay. That's
y'all know
right.
I'm in trouble, right? Y'all know Rebecca gonna read me for filth as soon as this episode is over.
Let's go ahead and cut into the next the next break. Bubba, give people some music and we'll be right back with more. We're gonna be talking executive orders.
I don't want to come. I don't want to go.
That's so funny. That's so funny. She said we're gonna be talking executive orders. Are you? We said we're gonna be talking.
I don't want to go to break because I'm in trouble.
We're gonna, and right after this,
stay on air.
Keep it locked right here on the Morning Chap. We got Bubba about to play some music. Executive orders up next.
For the greatest, I write bars with the cadence.
Oh, she's getting ready.
This is one for the ages. Pan was a sadist, but his crime never betrayed.
Shout out to everybody this morning.
Waitlist, and all the lost boys are currently hating.
I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of the Morning Trap, y'all.
But I'm gonna drag them all down like.
Hope y'all are enjoying the show today, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room, that's checking us out, showing some love. Thank you for the super chats, the tips, all of that, man. We greatly appreciate y'all. Make sure that you hit the like button, share, subscribe, all of that. Make sure that you hit the bell, get those notifications. Gotta make sure that you know when we're going live, y'all. So let's get it. Make sure that you tip your DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App. DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App, y'all. It's the Morning Trap. Let's get it, and we'll be right back.
Never, never land. Getting out. Never let you leave.
Do it in the air, so do it for the dance suckers. Do it, show it. Just do it in the air, so do it for the dance suckers. Do it, show it. 난 지금만은 깊이 땡겨 너에 대해 보여야 해 너의 감정 뻔뻔해져 네가 닫아두려 했던 closed door 셔터 제껴 진짜 너를 보여줘 Throw yourself in the air 삶이 숨들이 제일 쓸려가는 중에 내 감이 너와 같이 휩쓸리길 원해 Nope, this ain't no wave Nope, this ain't no happy hour Let's surf around shit Nope, this ain't 어디 저기 잠깐 빠졌던 shit This ain't 잠시 머물렀다 떠났던 shit 난 돌아갈 곳이 없어 이건 real life shit 그냥 졸라 특이한 새끼에서 A-lit shit This is hit the rock bottom then come back up shit 이런 나도 괜찮다면 레고 손 잡고 같이 가져 No betrayal 심장 talk I think you let it for my wrist supporters Oh your way
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room. I see y'all. Shout out to Tammy for showing love. Shout out to Courtney. Shout out to everybody that's showing love in the chat room. Trap Squad, Squirrel Gang, we see y'all.
Do it in the air, so do it for your wrist supporters Do it in the air, so do it for your wrist supporters Do it in the air, so do it for your wrist supporters Do it in the air, so do it for your wrist supporters 오늘로 바로 깨어난 듯해 태야에서 이런 힘 이런 젊음 이런 배열의 숨 한 번도 느껴본 적 없어 진짜 내 안에서 항상 꿈틀대던 그 놈이 깨어났어 Everything looks so hard but now it's so easy Do it in the air
Go. Doc said that ain't paranoia, that's anxiety. Either way, I can feel when people watching me. I don't know if it's the women or if it's the clothes. When I walk inside the room, these haters get exposed. I hit my dance on a hater, they don't like that. I've been grinding for a minute. minute, fell into a bag. Had to sacrifice a lot to pop a couple tags. I done sacrificed a lot to pop a couple tags. Yeah, post-traumatic, ready for all the static. For the bread, I become addict. I jump in the trap like a rabbit. Pardon the cliche, but dummies ain't getting it these days. I'm leaving them all with the freeze face. Like, what did he really just tell me? Every other month I want 100 grand. Said he's spinning like a ceiling fan. Habits you can never understand. Lost pops, I became the man. Had no choice, I had to represent. Life took him by his right hand. Haven't trusted nobody ever since. Doubt that I could ever trust again. I said that ain't paranoia, that's anxiety. Either way, I can feel when people watching me. I don't know if it's the women or if it's the clothes. When I walk inside the room, these haters get exposed. I hit my dance on these haters, they don't like that.
Shout out to everybody that's in the building this morning. We greatly appreciate y'all for joining us. The Morning Tribe.
Deeper than rap shit, the drama becoming so rapid. Try not to panic, I'm different, I'm able to manage. Smoke, I don't lean sip. When I said it go, man, I can't miss. Never see me not focused. Third eye been open. Safe to say I got my ish together. If it ever happened, then it's going down. Call me coach, but I don't play around. Got some issues and you know it now. Steady loading up the mind now. And I can leave my daughter, she the only child. Said the crazy tend to go around. I've been diagnosed for months now. I said that ain't paranoia, that's anxiety. Either way, I can feel when people watching me. I don't know if it's the women or if it's the clothes. When I walk inside the room, these haters get exposed. I hit my dance on these haters, they don't like that. I've been grinding for a minute, fell into a bag. Had to sacrifice a lot to pop a couple tags. I done sacrificed a lot to pop a couple tags. If I had to, I would do it all again.
Rivka, shout out to you. I see you in the chat room.
Never understand. Lost pops, I became the man.
And make sure that you follow me on Mixcloud and SoundCloud. DJ X3C on Mixcloud and SoundCloud. Several of my mixes on there, and of course, that's the music that we can play any and everywhere. So it's that good old copyrighted music. So make sure you check that out. Make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe, and check those links out, y'all. DJ Exclusive, The Morning Trap.
Had to sacrifice a lot to pop a couple tags. I done sacrificed a lot to pop a couple tags. Remember when I was at my worst? I had to get this shit out the dirt. They wanna see me inside a hearse. Respect it to check it, that's the law. For premium, I'm the one to call. I'm always at work cause I'm the boss. I wanted, I get it, fuck a cost. Can't handle the truth, so people lie. A purple emoji, my reply. Female with no morals, I despise. When they talk, they look me in the eyes. I see they don't want me to be great, so I gotta rub it in their face. Already had lunch for the day. My victory tastes like steak. Yeah, here I go again. To keep it 100, I zero in. When you at the bottom, got zero friends. They say it pay off, but it never ends. I'm talking about work if I overspend. Somehow I always got the upper hand. Ain't taking no loss, all I do is win. They want me to chill, but I'm stuck on 10. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold. Don't make me no difference. None of my dogs is scared of mistakes, and that's how we living. I'm taking the risk, ain't scared of regrets. They think that I'm tripping. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold. Don't make me no difference. You either gonna do it or you gonna fold.
If you let me loose, I can kill this beat. Oh, I'm sorry. That beat is ready. I can make me want to rap.
Get it.
Well, what you got, Monday?
I done took the vocal out just for you, bro.
Huh?
Go
ready?
ahead.
Hip hop, hippie to the hippity, hip hop. You don't stop.
Nick,
Rock it to the
patty
back.
whack.
I done dug that to slugs at where the thugs at. Came back and asked where the love's at. And all I got was hug cats, cause y'all is small time like the Rugrats. You get swung at with baseball bats or stepped on like welcome home mats. You could get the gat to the fitty hat, and I know you don't want that. Let me just sit back and act like a big brain. Oh, that's Ben's hat. Go ahead, y'all.
Hey, I love
Okay.
That's good.
We're gonna let the little shade slide at the end.
All right.
We're gonna let it slide. It was good.
So he's not a vocalist per se, but he got bars. He got bars.
Yeah.
He got bars.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I signed him.
You signed him?
On the break, I learned. I signed him. Sign him. Get him. We gotta make sure we keep it real black. Yeah. Contracts though.
Contracts. James, can I get my money up front? Can I get an advance?
Yeah, I'm on.
He already looked like Suge Knight, boy.
Send that to you.
Oh, they look
really
like
does.
Suge Knight.
We got you.
About to come over here to Death Row Records.
A nice dark skinned Suge Knight.
Death Row.
They're about to say this the black ass version of Suge Knight, but yeah.
But
where is Suge Knight
crazy.
now? Where's
in
He's
prison
in jail.
blind?
He done ran over a lady, killed her, I believe, or somebody. But yeah, just
Suge Knight put a rattlesnake in somebody's mailbox, bro.
That's some gangster shit.
This man is crazy.
That's wild. Wow.
He pulled up on the scene, I believe, of something that was going on. I think it was a video shoot or a movie set, somewhere, and got mad and literally got into his car and ran over somebody.
Man.
Ran over somebody
real quick.
Shame what happened to him.
That man is.
But
wow.
I mean,
So we can just imagine what else.
I'm still grateful for Death Row Records, though.
Like,
I'm still
we
grateful
got good
for
music
Death
out
Row
of it.
Records. Yeah.
We did. It's crazy because on the break, as you guys seen when we came out of the break, we learned that Mondale has bars. And even, during the break, he was discussing his personal life. And I feel like we all on the show are getting to know each other. And that just warms my heart. I feel like when we drop gems about each other's lives, I wasn't going to go into what you said, but when we drop gems, I wouldn't.
I was getting nervous.
I knew it. I was like, they were looking like, is this girl about to say? Because I wouldn't. But I feel like we're getting to know each other, and I absolutely love that, and I want the audience also to get to know us. So I think one of these days, probably tomorrow, we're going to drop a what you guys may have never known about me kind of thing. So I would love that for tomorrow's show. But let's go into what we have. I want to start with the J-Lo clip that we were discussing before. I need y'all, because like I said, Mondale just gave us bars, and I want you guys to see what talent is not. So let's go ahead and roll. And before we roll it, I want to say, J-Lo doesn't always sound. J-Lo doesn't sound. J-Lo can't sing. But I will say yesterday, we got something. She went to her vocal coach and gave us this. Dwayne, take us to the clip.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, y'all gonna play the whole thing?
Wait, my mic ain't on, is it?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
She looks good though. That's one bad
Man,
lady.
she look like a peacock.
She's beautiful.
That's a pigeon.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, okay, great.
It's a pigeon, bro.
Yeah,
She
great.
looks good though. I can't hate it.
The hell?
Jesus.
This land is mine.
Were the Dixie Chicks not available?
From California.
She was in
They were
California.
trying to diversify. They were trying to diversify. That's what that was.
Redwood forest.
If we could hear the black lady, what was she saying under her mask?
Get this out. Get all of this off
This
now.
land was
No, she was saying,
made
where's
for
Patti
you
LaBelle at? That's what she was
and
saying.
me.
Where are the real artists? No, she was saying beautiful gowns in Aretha Franklin voice. Beautiful gowns, nice gowns. Because ain't no talent.
Beautiful gown.
Nobody even listening to her.
Oh, look,
Exactly.
We're really just talking over her.
Yeah, she didn't know. Okay. Why does she sound like a fourth grade?
She sounded okay then.
That's what I said, but I think she was
Here
lip
come, but you
syncing.
gotta hear the ending.
This
What is this?
land was made for you and me. Oh,
Wait, how much longer is she gonna go?
It was short.
Oh,
it was short.
Oh my God, she's still doing on. Oh, I was hoping she was about to end.
For you and me, you and me. Oh,
Here she go. Here you go.
America, God shed His
No, I can't lie. Listening to it again, she gave voice. She gave vibrato.
She ain't gave nothing. She ain't gave nothing.
Don't.
She gave old Mitsubishi Murado is what she gave. She should have gotten one and rode about a town, because that is the worst.
She's the backup praise theme singer. Here go. She gonna take it up.
Una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos. Let's get loud.
She was feeling it though.
Why was it worse today than it was yesterday?
No,
It was the Let's Get Loud part.
You should go take it up. She said, never mind.
No, it's the stressing it out right here. How you acting like you really reaching and giving it that much power on that note? That was it. Now I can say that she sounded the best that I've ever heard her. It was trying to include her song Let's Get Loud. No, what are you doing? What does Let's Get Loud have to do with, I don't know. And then the power that she gave, like she was about to give us some Patti LaBelle, some Aretha Franklin, some Fantasia, some
I'm from the country. And everybody and all of y'all from the South, so all of y'all know what I'm about to say, and y'all know it's true. She sounds just like that tornado warning you get in the country town. She sounds just like that horn. On that me, I was like, oh, I was about to get down like, I was looking out for the glass, like trying to go high. She sounded like it was. Tornado. Nice.
Just like that.
Who would have known? Who'd have thunk it? J-Lo is a tornado. She is a tornado.
Dang, it really did. My thing is, why?
James, wait a minute. James what it sound like again? What it sound like?
Yeah, that's what
that is literally on point. That is literally on point.
I'm telling you, J-Lo the tornado.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. David, y'all clip this segment immediately and put it out immediately. I'm gonna pay everybody's rent. We go this. Oh my God, James! One more time for the road. How did J-Lo sound?
It sounds just like me.
Children, please step away from glass. There's a tornado in the area. We need everybody under their desk.
Are you giving the message, Mondale?
Yeah, I had to get the PSA.
Run it back, Mondale. Run it back. You ready?
Go ahead, James.
Run it back.
Oh, I can't breathe.
Teachers, please get all of your students get all the third graders to the gym now. There's a tornado in the area. We need to get away from the glass. Get everybody to the gym. Everybody get on their knees and practice the drill. This is not a drill.
Oh, man.
I love it.
It's not a drill.
No,
this is not a drill.
I hate y'all.
That is my favorite that I've seen as far as with the J-Lo memes and stuff. That is my favorite. No, so we're gonna go into, because I have to segue back into the news. We're gonna go every time. We're gonna go into the executive orders because yesterday, while his first order of business was to go and sign some executive orders, and go ahead, Ben. Let's discuss that because one of the executive orders that I know that he signed was the memorandum.
What are you doing
moratorium.
Moratorium. I'm like, what are you trying to do to me?
Moratorium. Thank you.
Why black people got words we can't say? I got some too. Like my brother can't say construction. There's always construction. And I got some words that I can't say too.
Library. Library.
Yeah. My friend can't say sausage. He says sausage. It's just crazy.
Our tongues
everybody from Florida.
Our tongue is meant to say stuff like umbunku, not sausage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Construction.
It's true.
Oh, man.
I'm with you. I ain't mad at you, sis. We all got those words.
Thank you. Look, thank you for making me feel better about that because there are a lot of words that I can't say, especially because English wasn't my first language. It's like I really get it wrong sometimes. I do.
English is my first language, and I get it wrong. Have you heard my patron parties? I can't name anybody's name. So only thing I'm Americanized. Johnson and Johnson. That's all I got for you. Any other variation than that, and I'm struggling. Now you sure
Ben talcum powder. Ben the talcum powder guy.
Watch us. Hey man, this is not my show, but damn it, I'm on here, bro.
He said, these are big Johnson and Johnson. Okay, talk.
That's all I got. Hey.
All y'all giving me commercials today. All y'all are giving me commercials today. But
executive orders.
No.
Executive orders.
You know what I'm saying?
Executive
orders.
You really want to pass the segment over to me? Yes.
This is your little segment. Here you go.
Yeah. So Joe Biden signed a couple of executive orders, and some of them are good. You see them on your screen. And so let's go back to the panel to discuss the executive orders. That's all I got for you today.
Let's put the executive orders in the middle and have us around.
No. On a serious tip, like Mundell, when you said that this was action. Yesterday, it was literally action. He hasn't kept all of his promises, but he came in on day one and started doing things for the people, right? There are good, tangible things in here. The thing that stands out to me, for me personally, the most is the Paris Accords. Bringing America back into the Paris Agreement, the Paris Accords. That's just one thing that he was able to do on day one. What stood out to you the most in terms of like the most critical, if it may be many, but what are your thoughts on the executive orders yesterday?
Yeah, man, I think you're absolutely right, Ben. And you know, just me being a person who's been in politics for 20 years, these are, I mean, like he did work today or yesterday that touched a lot of my key issues. I am not a siloed individual. You know what I'm saying? So black issues are extremely important to me. I show up as a black man everywhere I go. So those issues are extremely important. So him starting out speaking to some of the most vulnerable black people, meaning the immigrants in this country who lack the safety even of the conversation about immigration a lot of the times, that meant a whole lot. So the fact that, you know, there's 5 or 6 of those 17 decrees, executive orders were about that population meant something to me, not to mention that the laws that he said about, you know, LGBTQI, the safety around that. You know, this is a Donald Trump administration, erased the protection for people getting fired because of their sexual orientation. And Joe Biden put that back in place. That's a safety net, a stopgap for those, for my brothers and sisters and non-gender conforming folk that fall into that category. And that matters to me. I know this, I know I'm rambling, but give me a second. It also matters. I mean, like when you're talking about the Keystone Pipeline, we remember that fight. That was a heartfelt fight, man. And for him to come in immediately and stop that, and then also stop Donald Trump was trying to shove off millions and millions of acreage of land that belong to the national park. Joe Biden, he ended that. You can't have it for private businesses and to drill on. He also stopped the drilling in the Arctic Circle. I mean, this is all important stuff for us, people who care about and realize that there's only one Earth, and when it's gone, it's gone. And we should do everything we can to save it for folk that are coming behind us. And then I also gotta mention that what I think was the most disrespectful to Donald Trump and safe for everybody else has to be the fact that he basically put a stop on anything Donald Trump did. So that, you know, someone said earlier in the show that the last 3 weeks, I think it was Marcus, and I wanted to push back on this earlier, but we went to break. But he talked about the last 3 weeks of Donald Trump has been a nightmare, and it absolutely have. But Joe Biden came in one day and stopped everything that Donald Trump instrumented in the last 3 weeks or so and said, we will not have this going forward. We're going to, until we have time to look at this, these policies that the past president did, we're going to stop all of it. So, I mean, that was some major stuff, not to mention what Rebecca led with about the moratorium on evictions and also foreclosures for any mortgage that the federal government holds. This is a big deal, man. It's a big deal.
It is. And it has the impact. The one out of all the things you said, the part that I want to jump off on is the immigration portion, because you've said it a couple of times on this episode, and I think it bears repeating, right? That immigration is a Black issue as well, right? And so the fact that this is a service, or these executive orders are a service to the immigrant community, that's inclusive of us, because there's a word that I can't pronounce. Rebecca, I need your help with it. I can pronounce it, but I pronounce it with my accent, the diaspora, right? That's how I say
diaspora. That's how we say diaspora.
Diaspora. That's dope.
It's like the D is more of a J. It's like a DIA is more of a J sounding to Haitians. So diaspora.
Right. So, but for me, it's not so much even about the executive order, but really this space, right? The space that we're cultivating is one that is that sees the solidarity across the diaspora. So I actually just kind of want to know what y'all think about that, Rebecca, James, everybody. Like, what you think? The diaspora, the family.
Yeah.
You know, do I need to finesse it a little bit more?
No.
No, I'm messing with.
But we definitely got it.
Oh, I didn't say. Well, you know, there's going to be some times where I don't identify a person. But so, Rebecca, you go first.
Well, when it comes to the diaspora, because I can't even say it. Look, I'm trying to say it in English. Diaspora. I don't know how. I don't know. But when it comes to that, I think that definitely attention should definitely be more set to that. I know Mondale has mentioned on the show a few times. Black immigrants, my God, like they have it like nobody's business. A lot of times it's not highlighted. Many times when the story is being told, especially when I even covered DACA and the Dreamers Act on air, it's like I covered more so. I had to include Haitian immigrants. I had to include African immigrants when I was discussing it because what was given to me was only to discuss, brown immigrants, which is part of the issue. But we also have Black immigrants who are suffering like nobody's business as well, being deported, being detained for no reason. I have friends and family every day that I like every month that I'm hearing from with issues surrounding this. So definitely including and highlighting who's being affected and how the margin is when how Black folks are being affected with this. That is going to be big. And I would love to see how it changes. As he's speaking about that, as he said, that's one of the things that he wants to change up. I would like to see how it changes because immigration issues have been something that I don't think I've known my family not to have any immigration issues with like the law or have any kind of help or assistance or smooth transitions other than being deported, other than being detained, other than being disrespected. It's no programs that benefit them because they don't speak English. It's harder for them to get naturalized. I can go on and on. Okay.
Wow. So immigration issues are Black issues. Mondale.
Yeah. I think, listen, anyone that does not understand the connection between the diaspora or the diaspora is completely like jaded or missing our history. It is new history that Black people in America and Black people throughout the rest of this world aren't communicating about shared suffering and how we get free and address that suffering. The Pan-Africanism is not something that's new, while it's not been big over the past, few decades, but before that, we were always in concert. It was the fear from Toussaint, the Overture's efforts in Haiti that made Haiti the first free nation in the New World that scared South Carolina about a slave revolt, about what Demarc Vesey or Nat Turner or someone may do. It was that fear that once Haiti became free, it could spread throughout all of the colonies and all of the countries in the New World. So, I mean, they know the connection, they being the powers that be to try to separate us and make a divide in our communities beyond the Atlantic Ocean. But in actuality, if we are honest, the strength in us is only connecting to the billions of Black people throughout this world. And I mean, this is how we start recognizing that we are not minorities, but just chronically oppressed. Because when you add us together, we are not a minority of people. We are chronically oppressed, absolutely. But that's a power, that's a perverted power by whiteness. And we have to be in concert with our brothers and sisters and non-gender conforming folk that look like us all over this world if we are to address that.
Yeah, that's the thing, James. I'm thinking about is that it is such an easy divide and conquer tactic that is used all the time. I mean, if I was to keep it real, I came up in Pompano Beach, Florida, and there was nothing but our own little diaspora wars in high school, Black folks versus Haitians. Like it has been a divide and conquer tactic all throughout our communities. Speak on it.
Yeah, and that's true. Mondale said something that's really true and sticks out is that here we all are, and we're the majority. If you honestly look at it, we're the majority in this world, but we've been oppressed so much that it's made to make us feel like we're the minority. But no, we are definitely the majority. And I'll say I think everybody is ready to see the work. Ready to see what's going to be done to fix some of these issues. and see what happens. That's the main thing. I really think that the past 4 years, and I really believe that's why a lot of people voted the way they voted, because you voted for the lesser of the two evils, as what they like to say. But yeah, we just want to see the work get done and see that we are taken care of.
Right.
Main thing.
And one last thing. Speaking of the work, right? Some of that work ties into criminal justice reform, the relationship with the police to the communities. Here's the thing that, and I'll toss it back to you, Rebecca, and anybody else who want to get in there. But police officers don't know if you're Haitian when they pull up on you, right?
No, they don't.
Until maybe they hear your accent, but they probably won't even know where you're from. Right. Police officers don't know if you know what part of the diaspora you're a part of when they pull you over. So to that end, like that's why there's solidarity in numbers, but also there's unity there, because our experiences in this country right now, when you drive in the streets of whatever city you in, you Black.
Right.
Every time somebody see you, listen, I had to, we had our own little war amongst each other growing up. I know I got bullied a lot by Black Americans. And so we grew up kind of on the whole thing of, Black Americans are different from us, because they let us know that all the time. But I think now a lot of my friends, even me, myself, who was raised Haitian, we have all come to the point to understand, because we didn't know that as younger kids. We were literally, because I think this is like a whole social thing. Like, we were forced against each other. They put us in schools with people who were from the suburbs. They put us with people from the hoods of the hoods. I'm talking about Muck City, Belglade, Pahokee. They put us
shout out the Muck. Shout out to the Muck.
Shout out to the Muck, dude.
And which produces a lot of great football players. Yeah, what's up?
With the lick read.
With the lit read. What it be about? All of that.
What it be about?
Because I can go there as well. Because that's the crib. I could definitely go there as well. But they put us all into schools as a project. I'll never forget it. They built this whole new school, and the school was in a predominantly white area. Okay, I'm talking about. We had those folks riding on the horses. They had all the land. We had, with the Jeeps, we had the rich ones, and they took people from the Muck who they didn't have a Walmart yet. I remember they celebrated getting a Walmart that year, but didn't have no Walmart, nothing there. Drop them over there. Then us, the Haitian American kids in this little area, the suburbs, they dropped us in there. And when I say that first year, y'all, there was war. We had like SWAT team out there, because they had wrote, at first we were going against each other. Us Black folks were going against each other, like, oh, you ain't Jamaican, or you Haitian, or you this, or you Black American, you this, you a Yank, all kinds of derogatory terms. Oh, you eat cat, oh, you stink, all kinds of things like that. But then the white folks was like, oh, look at them fighting.
Yep.
So what they did was write on the outside of the cafeteria, this is a brand new school, wrote on the outside of the cafeteria, Blacks only, and then wrote on the inside of the cafeteria area, whites only. So what us Black folks did, we got together, we planned something for the next day, and then SWAT team showed up that morning, because we was like, oh yeah, we was fighting each other, but then we turned and we were like, oh no, you're not gonna come for us. So it was like all this stuff growing up and not realizing that, like they literally use us as guinea pigs in this environment, throwing people who never been in this type of environment with these other people, these racists, and having us fend for ourselves. Like we're some kind of project. It was crazy, but yeah, it's something to talk about. It's definitely something to talk
Lord,
about.
I'm about to explode over here, because you got a word over at that Marcus not here. Mundell, jump in there if you want to, because man, whew.
Yeah, I mean, it was no mistake or by happenstance that America locked up Garvey, right? The father of Pan-Africanism, if you ask me. It wasn't, this was a grand design. This was the blueprint on how you divide and conquer, right? Like how you forever create a divide between what he was trying to create. So this brother was, built a ship line to send people back to Africa, Black Star ship lines, and he was doing it. I've said it before, the majority of the people that took a ride from America, a long ride and never to come back from America to Africa, were from Arkansas, where I went to law school. So I saw descendants of folk who literally left this country with Garvey. And America saw what was happening, locked him up for some trumped up charges, fraud, and banned him from this country forever, back to Jamaica. So I'm telling people, whenever there is a rift in communities that is based on, you're not this type of Black, then it's probably rooted in white supremacy, and we do best when we deal with that and get past it quickly, so that we can get rid of this long suffering that our people have been going through for a long time.
Come on, somebody. James, jump in there, and then toss to me. I'm gonna toss. We're gonna do an alley oop, and then we're gonna get out of here. Rebecca, do you want anything else you want? Because we at the end. We're gonna have to let the hour go here, but it's in your hands.
It is in my hands. So what I wanted to do is actually end with a story on the Capitol Police, but I think I want to run that into tomorrow because this conversation got so amazing. So I think everybody has something as a Black American, as whatever you identify as. I'm talking about all of us here on this panel, on this show. We have something where we understand that society literally wanted us to look at ourselves as not the same and different. And yes, we come from different backgrounds and things like that. But once I step outside, I'm looked at as, okay, a Black woman. But then when I'm on the phone, when I'm in the grocery store and I'm speaking another language, I'm looked at as exotic. I remember working in an environment, which I will not name, and they hired me because I was Haitian, because I was Black, first of all. And they thought I sounded and I spoke with, oh my God, like you're a journalist and you talk like that and you graduated from an HBCU. And they asked if I can, because my hair was big and natural at the time, and they asked if they can touch my hair during the interview. And they gave me this whole thing about, wow, you're so, and you speak Creole, that's so exotic. We need your voice. Not because I'm a journalist and I knew what I was doing and I had the credentials, and I'm talking about master's degree, and I had, all of this work in my bag. Not because of that. It was because they knew that the world right now wanted inclusiveness, and they were fighting for inclusiveness, right? Or now having the conversation about that. So they needed to add a Black woman to the show, not because of my gift, my talent, my qualifications. And then when he heard I spoke Creole, he thought, oh my God, that's great, because we're going to be discussing Trump and DACA, and you're Haitian, and that's perfect. And I'm like, see, these white folks are using me as a pawn. And I ain't like that too much. And they were putting me against my peer. And I ain't like that too much. So it's kind of like when we come together, we're stronger together. And when I say we're stronger together, what you see with the show that I worked on with Benjamin Dixon, Like It or Not, was because they were trying to force us to be divisive and against each other. And when we just got together ourselves and was like, hey, yo, listen, this is where I'm from, this is where you from, and get to know each other, we were stronger together.
Shout out to Boynton Beach. Boynton Beach, Florida.
So yeah, that's my tidbit.
That's church said amen. Jay,
amen.
Take us.
All right. And with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to the Morning Trap. Please make sure you tune in every Monday through Friday, 8-ish, something like that. And we will be right here. And don't forget to tune in to Clickbaity this evening around the 8 o'clock hour as well.
I'm gonna get a nap. I'm gonna get a nap tonight.
8:30.
Please get a nap.
I'm not coming on air sleepy ever again.
And
I'm sorry.
Benjamin Dixon and Mondale. You guys will see you tomorrow morning.
I'm sorry, Bye. Trap Squad. That was my bad last night. I'm getting a nap tonight.
Just doing what he's able in the day to provide for his family and put food on the table. It's cold outside.
Shout out to everybody for joining us this morning, y'all. Awesome show. We really appreciate the love, everything, man. It was freaking awesome. Shout out to Ben, Rebecca, Marcus, Mundell. Thank y'all so much.
The phone rings, a voice says it's ready for delivery. The package, the message clear my head like antihistamines. Time to do my job, consider me the man of mystery, the secret agent.
Shout out to mama and daddy, sisters, nieces, nephews, everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and watching me this morning. I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much, man.
She can't settle. Hunger strong enough to smash metal.
So gonna take y'all through for about another 5-10 minutes or so.
Across the asphalt like NASA should.
Gotta get ready for corporate America.
Then check the rhythm to see who's creeping behind me. Eyes in all directions. I'm never stepping blindly.
He's a man and he's taking it to the streets.
time, every time, no discussion. Moon shines down like it knows something. I hope it doesn't. I'm at the pickup spot. They got
if
the
y'all looking at the screen,
in the back of the restaurant. The chef's got
these from all the Bernie Sanders memes that have been posted since yesterday. Oh my gosh, man.
It go down slick as a magic trick. Call me Gandalf. Now I'm back on the street, bag full of heat in the passenger seat, and I'm gnashing my teeth. I feel the hunger too, but I stay loyal. Gotta get the package back to the boss before her blood boil. It's covered in
Make sure that you tip your DJ. That's me, my crazy tail. DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App. DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App. And shout out to everybody that has donated so far, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate all the love. Oh my gosh, man.
Control, letting out that soul, girl, got it like that. Eyes in the front, got eyes in the back. Queens on deck, like top of the stack. One by one, she gon' have her fun, getting down to the beat, make them all attract. She too much, she the reason y'all fuss. Got y'all open, calling on bluffs. I guess y'all just talking too much. Hard to deal with, ridiculous. Deal with the way that she make me feel, can't deal with it, can't deal with it. By the way that she dancing up in them hills, can't deal with it, can't deal with it. I'm stuck in a dream, this can't be real, can't deal with it, can't deal with it. By the way that you moving, I can't stay still, can't deal with it, can't deal with it. Down the Nile River, she'll strip away your insides and shower you with glitter. Please don't act surprised when you stare into the mirror. She'll take you on a ride down the Nile River. She's like a they grab a hold of you, they grab a hold of you. She raise your temperature, and leave you feeling blue. She'll grab her, she'll grab her, she'll grab her, and leave you, and leave you, and leave you. She'll grab her, she'll grab her, she'll grab her, and leave you, and leave you, and leave you. Like a pack of germ, but without the fur. Like a worm, she's rooting, Putin, Vladimir.
It's Bernie sitting on top of Pence's head for me. And it's also Rebecca, Bernie being behind Rebecca for me. Shout out to everybody that joined us this morning, y'all. Boy. Awesome show. Awesome show. And we thank each and every one of you for tuning in and checking us out.
She's like a
When the crowd come out, you know we're gonna make you scream and shout.
She got some addiction. All them got addiction. Who ain't got addiction? All them got addiction. I got some addiction. You got some addiction. He got some addiction. She got some addiction. They all got addiction. All them. I got a spending addiction. All of my friends they go tripping. How you go through that much paper? Honest to God, it's a sickness. My family worried about me. I can't no linger around me. When you spend this kind of money, all of these women come gladly. I just can't control myself, and plus I'm getting paid. And I'm balling like your money. You could call me Wayne, or you could call me Trey.
Shout out to everybody for showing so much love this morning. I greatly appreciate all of you. Shout out to the Trap Squad, Squirrel Gang, Dragon Gang, each and every one of you. We appreciate and love you so much.
Don't make a difference. I don't trust him either way. Switch up the flow for a minute. I'm making this song and I'm trying to get finished.
Oh man, that's gonna wrap it up for your boy DJ Exclusive, James Bubba Williams, the Morning Trap, y'all. We thank y'all so much for tuning in and joining us this morning. Awesome show. None of this would have happened without y'all. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out to everybody once again. Make sure that you hit the like button, share, subscribe. Always know when the Morning Trap is going down and when we're live, y'all. Make sure that you tune in. Check us out every morning, and we'll make sure we're here giving you everything that you need. The Morning Trap, y'all. We out. Peace. Love you, mean it.
Addiction. I got some addiction. You got some addiction. You got some addiction. She got some addiction. They all got addiction. You done got addiction.